Sho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kanyayatayami Chudam Soki Choknam La Chanchu Bardu Dagni Kyatsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sunam Ki Chola Venchir Sangye Drupar Sho Chudam Soki Choknam La Chanchu Bardu Dagni Gatsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sunam Ki Chola Venchir Sangye Drupar Sho Chudam Soki Choknam La Chanchu Bardu Dagni Gatsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sunam Ki Chola Venchir Sangye Drupar Sho.
Shogadis, Mogadi.
All right.
Since this is the last quiz, I'm gonna put $50.
Wow, big banner, big
The
banner.
girl there.
Who's the girl there?
First, look at this picture. Okay,
Okay.
it's in LA.
Okay.
Second, why is this picture related to Sugan's class just now? Yes.
Because the building is
That guy
18.
is getting older and dying.
Almost. No,
This is a home for aging
it's about the
people.
nature of this building.
It's a home for
It's
aged
also getting
people.
old
No.
and dying.
Because it was constructed, the moment
No.
someone conceived it, it's gonna have to fall down.
No.
It's a lot of window.
Okay. Look at this one.
Oh, I couldn't see it, that was too far.
It's playing Fox News.
Ouch.
What's the point?
Stanley and Allison rented an apartment in LA.
Okay.
No.
You're making more money than we are.
No.
Okay. Look at this.
Which one?
Oh, come on.
Look at this. Wait,
Sunrise.
What is that?
For comfort.
Sunrise.
Sunrise Senior Living. It's a senior,
Oh.
it's a fancy senior living room.
Did say that.
House in Beverly Hills.
You did.
People that
You
live
did
there
look
are
me in the
old.
face while I
So-
said
You
that,
put a
right?
contract in
I
so
look
when you
at
go
No,
there,
no.
it's in there.
It means you live a comfortable
He
life
answered
for your whole life
Ben answered it.
without. Oh, you got it.
You got it.
Too late.
Wait, I don't
You told me.
understand.
You told me before you said it.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got the 50?
Yeah.
You darn right I
All
did.
right. You got the 50.
I'll buy you something nice.
Anyway, it means that they are having a good life in Beverly Hills, and suddenly they are in the fancy senior living house. Then suddenly they have to go through the painful process of dying in the fancy place. It's so fancy, you almost feel like a
So you flew to LA to stand there? I don't understand.
Yeah. Just before this term, we spent 2 nights here.
At the old folks home?
No.
Part of their research.
Okay.
Wow.
I know, that should have been a clue right there.
Yeah. I think our life is better, even though we don't live in Beverly Hills. Real question, no money.
No money, honey.
What are the 2 basic kinds of sound?
Held and not
Yeah.
held.
Oh,
Gosh.
so
I never. That means exactly.
what are the 8 secondary kinds of sound?
Yeah, it's mirror.
Within held,
So.
Nice and not nice.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's the last one.
Uh-huh.
Here.
Involved with a person or not involved
but
with a
it's
person?
not expressed in that way.
It's a little kind of is, actually.
Brook in the
A person
forest
and a thing or
involves
something?
a person, yeah.
Expressed in a different meaning or not.
Yeah, I'm on my side on this one.
Person.
I'm on my side. What's that mean?
I mean, I stand by my statement.
What is the other one?
I remember water in the forest, that's all.
I think you got it here. Held and not held, pleasant, unpleasant, and if it's expressed in different meanings or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3 is the hardest one.
Oh.
You ready? Good?
Yeah, good.
Ready?
Good? Okay. I'm gonna get bigger.
Let's look at the size here. Uh-oh.
No, that's not the answer.
Ah.
So there are 8
It was a
examples
matching question.
listed,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
And we need to put them into the 8.
Alright,
Oh.
let's do it.
So there are numbers above, right? From number 1 to number 8.
Or you do it backwards.
Sound of songs taken up.
You mean
Yeah,
guy, you mean
a pleasant sound that is held.
Okay. So it's
right, unless it's
number-
Stanley's Chinese rock and roll music.
Chinese opera.
So it's number one. The word is correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
Number
maybe.
two. Number two.
Then this is number two, yeah.
Put them in order, did you?
Chinese rocking. I mean, I'm present rough words.
Number three.
Sound of drum.
Number three.
Sure?
Not by the way you said sure.
Is it
Held.
No,
I
it's
would've-
7, right?
It's unheld.
7? It's unheld pleasant sound. It looks like.
Guess I don't know what
You're
that
right.
means.
Why is it unheld?
Yeah.
Because it's Abhidharma.
Just someone who has poor rhythm.
Yeah. I don't.
Why is it just
How and unheld? What's the definition of how and unheld?
That's the question. Unheld
Oh,
means
it's
It's about one pose.
I think it
It
has
wasn't
to do with
apprehended, was
whether or
it?
not there is
Held by the
someone
faculties.
present.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the
So it is
sound of a
apprehended.
drum is held by the faculty,
Is it?
the ear,
Yes.
but
Depends.
it is
But
not
every
expressed
sound
in
is-
living being.
But
Right,
every
exactly.
sound is held by.
I know.
Not the sound that's in
No.
the forest of the rain when nobody's there.
Right.
That's what
Right.
Buddha can hear.
So just sound of
The
drum.
Buddha can hear all of these.
I
He
don't know.
doesn't count as a
I'm not
sound.
You
so
can
sure.
say, when I'm in Tokyo, the sound of the drum in Taiwan,
Right.
or something.
There's some confusion here. Let's move on.
Mm.
So sound of water running strongly. Rough is rough sound. So it's unpleasant.
Unpleasant.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
unpleasant.
Wait, which?
Boo, what is that thing? Boo of blue?
Limbo.
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 I don't think that's correct. Even I don't think you even mean that to be number 8.
You have to ask yourself.
No.
It shouldn't be expressed in
It's not
living
expressed in
beings.
living beings, but
It should be number 7.
Oh, okay. Oh.
It should also be
Probably
number
you're looking
7.
for
Oh,
a 7.
I think this means.
mm,
Oh.
something happened.
Maybe you want to go to the sunrise place and do some research.
Well.
Oh, it's probably
life
going to go
has to
down.
continue. Let's move on.
That's what I always do. Just move on.
So what about sound of flute played by a man? It's pleasant?
It's
Probably
pleasant,
unpleasant
expressed by a human. In a,
I think it's
In a
number
living
4,
being.
right?
Probably number 1,
Oh.
right? Number 1.
I think I got it wrong somehow.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's my sense as well.
Should be number 1.
That's how whether the man knows how to play.
I think it's. I got this too wrong. It's like this.
Maybe we ought to skip this.
It's fine.
Fist strike. Sound of fist
Oh, that's
strike.
an unpleasant.
That sounds pretty unpleasant.
It was unpleasant.
Expressed in living
Expressed.
beings.
On the
Uh-huh.
living space.
Yeah.
On living beings.
I think I got it
Express
all
only
wrong.
face.
Oh, it's all wrong? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
do it next
Yeah,
time.
let's go back to
Yeah.
the text.
Okay, next
So
to
now you have to do it on the first day of next time.
Oh, you
I'll
done?
fix it next time.
Yeah, just fix it next time. Yeah. STWs. We're gonna get STWs.
Font, I think.
Sin.
See?
Past
Hell.
tense.
Hell.
Yeah.
Mazine.
Didn't hold
yeah.
up.
Oh.
That's kind of a weak one.
How about another? Hit
Fisticuffs.
in the face.
Nah.
Fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Nah.
No? Oh, the clapping.
Yeah.
What's fisticuffs? Deck? Is it deck? No,
Kutsur,
deck.
kutsur deck.
Deck, yeah.
Kutsur deck.
Kutu deck.
Kutsur.
Deck.
Kutsur deck.
Oh, kutsur deck.
Boy, that's
Decker.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's
Everything is in Abhidharma.
Oh.
That's a nice picture.
Higher Madhyamika view church.
according to our
Oh, according to the guardian.
Yeah, yeah.
According to Nikajan.
Okay.
I'm finished.
Yay.
Hey.
All right, everything is in Abhidharma. Except my lunch.
No, I just Googled.
Okay, we are going on to very advanced subject.
Okay. To
To a very bad
smells.
Advanced
Oh,
subject.
advanced.
Smells.
Uh-huh.
That's why I brought my socks. Okay, go.
Unheld, please.
G, K, Ch, Ki.
Wait, who's got the plane?
Ben.
Adam, you take the yell at him. Come on. If you guys don't yell, I'm gonna stop the whole plane thing.
Nisha Fantal.
G G K Che Ki Zani Yote Zeni Yote Na She
Now there's this thing about nasals.
Na
Nah.
No.
Na
No.
Higher, Stanley, not louder.
He's practicing discussion with his friend.
Ki Sun Ja Ete Yimbe Che.
Alright, guys, let's do this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Accessibility.
Accessibility.
Cursor size. Huge.
Cursing.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I have a pretty big cursor.
Define. Sorry. Translate. TKJ Gitseni Yade.
There is a definition of
To
the
the-
form sense of smell.
Yeah, there's a definition of smell because it's the sumja of nashi.
It's the object
The
of
thing
your
held
nose.
by your nose awareness.
It's the thing that your nasal awareness holds.
It sounds weird when you say it like that.
Okay. Here we go. Mr. Stanley.
Ji Che Chin Sawe Go Ne Ni Yote
Neat, nice.
Ji Chin Ni Shin Ni Yobe.
Whoa, there's example. Take smells, basic division as opposed to a second, a more detailed division. Okay. There's a basic division into two, which is shim and mishim.
Delicious and not so
Good
delicious.
smelling. and
Yeah, good smelling and not smelling. Fragrant and not fragrant.
Odorous.
Odoriferous.
Odoriferous.
Okay, keep going.
Stank.
Yang La
Finger test.
Pi Go Ne
Go then.
Go name.
Go Ne Go Ne Namba Shin Ye Yote
Mm-hmm.
Shin Ba La Nyang
Nice.
Ni
Yeah, good.
Ni
Ni.
Ni Shin Pa Lang He Ni Yobe Che.
Yeah, good. So if you divide it into more detail, the good smelling things can be equal or unequal.
Okay.
And I believe it refers to two scents at the same time, and one is if the two scents are equal strength, like, I don't know, you're smelling lavender and cinnamon at the same time, equal strength is yamba. And if the lavender is more overpowering than the cinnamon, it's called unequal. Okay?
Yeah.
I believe that's what they're talking about. Okay. So, mishimbalang, so you can have equal or unequal scents. That smells like garbage and sewer. Okay? And one is stronger than the other. Would be minyamba. And if they're equal, it would be nyamba. Okay, garbage smell and microphone. Okay, here we go.
Say that again.
He's saying you could divide good smells into a case where there's two good smells going on at the same time, like the rose and the coffee.
Rose coffee.
The rose smell and the coffee smell. I mean, to me, they're both good smells. So if they're kind of equal power at the moment, it's called nyamba. And if one of them is stronger than the other one at the same moment, you call minyamba, unequal. So, but, and then bad smells the same, garbage smell and sewer smell. In some cities have bad sewer smell, like Bangkok has that. And it fights with the garbage smell. But as you get close to the garbage smell, it's minyamba. The garbage smell takes over and the sewer smell gets less. And then when you walk away from the garbage, you smell the sewer smell and they become equal. And then if you walk farther, you become unequal again because the sewer smell gets stronger than the garbage smell. This is called walking through Bangkok.
Medicine, like the organs fighting to each other, or not?
I don't think it's about that, yeah. But it's a good question. Okay, here we go.
He Yang Chi Kang La.
I'm sorry. Let's. Did we do this one? No, we didn't. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. Nyam.
Nyam, nyam mi, nyam pe, tung yote. She mi, she pa.
Mm-hmm.
Mi, nyam pa tang.
Mm-hmm.
She che we, ji. Mi, nyam pa imbe.
Yeah, she chewa means dominant, predominant. Okay. She mi chewa means not predominant. Okay. So in a case where neither smell is predominant, that would be equal.
Okay.
And in a case where there is a dominant smell among the two, we'd say equal, unequal. Okay. Cool.
That's why, we said it. Why smell and not sound?
Go ahead.
Eyang ji kan la, yopa. Yote.
Jorwa yote.
Jowa, yote. So, wo,
So what?
ye, ja, cha, jawa, jawe, ji, ja, 1, 2,
Zepe. I'm unsure about this line, but I think it means when you talk about mixing scents, when you talk about adding one scent to another scent, okay, then the main one, the stronger one, is being added to by the weaker one. I think that's what he's saying, okay? So when you talk about mixing two smells, like in a perfume, which one do you mix to the other? And he says the foundation one is the stronger one. And then the one you mix into it is the weaker one. Okay, and that's what we say compounding smells, Jawa. And this is common in the production of perfumes and things like that. So which is the base scent, which is the basic fragrance, and then which one are you adding to it, okay? There's a Roy missing in the scan and in the input. It should be there for sure. Okay. So go ahead, Roy.
Roy, Kecheki, Zeni, Yote.
Che.
Chesheki, Sunde,
Sungcha.
Suncha, Tete, Imbe,
Yeah, there's a definition of the what? Keche? Door of sense of ro. Taste. Ro can also mean
Body,
a dead corpse, so be careful. Okay, ro can mean dead corpse, and ro can mean taste. Okay, and it's defined as the sungja of the cheshi.
the object of
That
tongue
which
hole.
is held by taste awareness.
Yeah, that object which is held by the awareness of your taste is the definition of taste. Okay, what your tongue holds, power of the tongue holds. Okay, and we're gonna have divisions of it. Here we go.
Raw Churchin.
Who's got the plane?
Kyola,
Come on.
Kyola, Saweko,
Good. Yeah, nah.
Yena,
Yo.
Nampa, Chu,
Mm-hmm. Ngarwa.
Nawa, Kyowa,
Kyorwa.
Kapa,
Kawa.
Kawa,
Kawa.
Oh,
This is good for teaching Tibetan. This is good for teaching Tibetan. Say kawa.
Kawa,
Kawa. Okay. And then
Zawa,
Tsawa.
Len Zawa,
Then Tsawa.
Tang Chuk, Yuk Bej,
Yeah, I remember trying to translate these and having trouble. It's clear now to me, which is, that was 30 years ago. Okay, so Rochechen, let's take taste. Basic division into 6, okay? Ngarwa means sweet. Taste sweet. Ngarmo, yeah. Kyurwa means, and the example would be sugar. Okay, Kyurwa means sour. Kyurmo in modern Tibetan, and the example would be a lemon or something. Then Kawa means bitter taste. And I went and got you an example, okay, from the scriptures. So I went and got you Jamya Shepa, and it's called Tikta. It's the example for Karwa. And this is what's added to
Gin and tonic.
tonic water. Quinine, this is what makes quinine water bitter. And in Britain, it's called bitters, right? The water is called bitters. So it's called gentian, okay?
It's very famous in Chinese medicine too.
Yeah. What's it called in China? I don't know.
Long Dan Cao.
Longdansa.
Yeah, it's like it's the most bitter herb.
And when you taste it, you go. So it's not sour. It's not like lemon, but it's like that. Okay, that's called kawa. Bitter taste. What's a normal bitter taste? I don't know.
Vegetables. Vegetables.
Wasabi, no?
Not pizza. Arugula. Arugula is bitter.
It's like the most vegetable.
Yeah. Okay, so now we go to. Yeah.
True.
Say kawa. Yeah, in English it's called astringent, and there's this must exist in China also. We call arura, and it's where you go, you know, like a
lemon.
like a plum which is not ripe.
Or persimmon, which is not right.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah,
Try one.
We're talking about
it puckers your mouth. You go like,
Alum.
you know.
Alum was the big one.
What's it in Chinese? What's arura in Chinese?
Myrabalam. It's not that popular in Chinese.
Oh, it's not that popular.
No. It's the same as it's
Anyway, like a plum which is not ripe yet, and it's like that. It's not sour, and it's not bitter.
So when it hits you back here,
You go like that. Okay, it's not bitter. It's like this, and I don't. Okay. You gotta go taste arura. Okay, it's probably like suxaruma. It's probably like pink.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta go bite on it, and then you know.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Now these are confusing because sawa means spicy, like chili powder, like hot food in India, Indian hot food or something. Okay. And then len sawa means salty, and they're not the same. So, the sawa in len sawa doesn't mean hot. Okay, it just means ocean water is len sawa. And then chilies are sawa. Okay? And len sawa means salt. Okay? All right. So these are tricky. You have to go bite on these things, and then that dried plum you eat in China. What's that?
That's bitter.
Umabushi?
Tastes good. You can suck on it for an hour. Right? That's astringent.
No, it's sour and salty.
It's sour, salty, and astringent. How's that?
Sour and salty.
But it makes you go like this. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, you can play with that for a while. Here we go. Chen. Killa, Yenlaki. Pendok. Luce.
La pendopa, lucen la pendopi, ro, tang, ge, yo, dechi.
Nice. Okay. Chen, let's take these taste. Ro Chen, right? Let's take taste. If you make the division in more detail, which he's calling secondary division, okay, Yenlaki Gone. There's a lot. Mung. How many? It can go up to 108. Okay. The last line says 108. Gadange, which is a pretty famous number in Buddhism. So you'll see in Tibetan Gadange, which means 108. Okay. And you get them this way. You can divide the 6 into the sweet of sweet, the hot of sweet, the salty of sweet, okay, like that. You just mix them. Okay.
And it's 36.
Wouldn't that be 36?
MS.
Yeah.
Mushi musu. You just mix them. You get 36. Like nowadays they make this chocolate with chili powder.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Mole.
Some guy tried to give me, what is it? Jalapeno.
Chocolate covered.
Jalapeno tequila. No, not that I drank it. I'm just saying there's a Mexican restaurant where the guy offers, he says, open your mouth. And he goes like that. And I'm like, wait, tell me what you're going to pour in my mouth first. Okay. De Rerila. And you can divide each of those 36 into 3 different kinds, which makes 108. 36 times 3. So you can have something which helps your, which is beneficial to your taste buds. In English, we call taste buds. This half bud like rosebud. That's a rosebud. And I think in ancient times they thought this half moon cells were shaped like that. So we call taste buds. Then it helps your taste buds. Good for your taste buds. And then there's good for your body. It makes your body strong. Okay, something that's a taste which makes your body stronger, like jalapeno.
Well, why did you say Luce,
Your consciousness of your tactile sense. Tactile sense. Yeah, you become more sensitive or stronger or something like that. Okay. Feels good for your body. But you put chili powder on your skin, it's not lulapemba. Lulapemba, okay. But if you mix it into a nice hand cream or something, like lavender, then it helps your...
Geshe, we're talking about taste.
Yeah, something which tastes, which helps your body awareness. Well, helps also. Well, maybe, I know. Anyway, yeah, this is something, I guess when you eat it, it makes your skin feel better. How's that?
Yeah, I agree.
And then the third one is something you eat and it makes both your body and your mind feel better. Okay. Okay. And pendok is a famous verb because it's often used in the definition of a cause. Pendokche, something which benefits another thing. And sometimes that's the definition of a cause, because that gets tricky. No, just in general. It's a difficult definition. Yeah.
Is there any chance we're including textures in food, since the tongue does have some tactile sense as well?
Yeah, you talk to some coffee expert. Okay. Anyway, here you got 36, here you got 36. You got 6 times 6 is 36, 36 times 3 is 108. And yay, we finished tastes. Okay, going deeper.
Red, J, K, J, K, Chen, Ki, Stanley, Yoke, Lu, She, Ki, Su, Ja, Te, Yin,
Yeah, here's the definition of the door of sense of things you can feel, tactile objects, things you can feel, things you can touch. Okay. And it's anything that your awareness of your skin almost, or your awareness of your body can detect or hold, okay, is the definition, okay. By the way, I think later he's going to say Sungja and Dun are the same. When we talk about Wangbo and Dun, like the eye and the object of the eye, he says, look, when I say Sungja, you can just think Dun of the Wangbo. So Dun can mean meaning, but Dun can mean object. And Dun can mean in Abhidharma specifically the object of the 5 Wangbos. So he said later he's going to say, when I say sungja, held thing, I'm just mean dun. I just mean the object. Okay. Okay. Oh, here it is right here. Yeah, here he says it. Okay. Sorry. Let's let him say it.
One for
Ngai.
ngai.
When there's a nasal and you put a head letter on it or something, it goes higher.
Huh.
Ngai.
Ngai.
Sungja.
Ja. Tam. Ti. Sung.
Here we go.
Ni.
Yeah. Tenchi. De.
Kung.
Do. Le.
Le. Mi. Hi. Wang. Ri. Chu. Yu. Hi. Tung. Kang. Yin. Pate.
Mm-hmm.
Shep. Pane. She. Pane. Lu.
Ki. Okay.
Tung. Kang. Yin. Pate. She. Sung. Be.
Yeah, good. So Wambongai Sungcha, when I say something held by one of the five powers, what I mean, it's the same thing, Dunchik. It means the same as when I say the Sungdun, the object held by that power. Okay, same thing. So Dun and Sungja are the same. And then he quotes, yeah, which here is the Chungumbakuntu, okay, by a Sangha. And in there it has a long quotation. I will give you the first line and I will give you the last line, and then in between I'll just put ne. Okay, which means ... Okay, so and I want you to learn the word chuyu. Do you know chuyu means the sphere of activity of a sense? The sphere of activity of a sense. So the tongue's chuyu is tastes. The world in which the tongue does his thing is tastes. And that there's a Tibetan word for that, which is chuyu. The sphere of their activity. Like the sphere of activity for the translators is the scriptorium. The sphere of activity for the DCI students is downstairs. Okay, where they do their thing. So learn the word chuyu. It's the sphere of activity. In English, we say sphere of activity. It means the place where you do your thing. My sphere of activity is my bed in Rainbow House. Okay, that's my chuyu. Preferred chuyu. Okay, the place where I do my thing. And in Tibetan, it's called chuyu. So it's kind of an interesting idea. Like, your ears are restricted to the world of sounds. Your ears are restricted to the worlds of sounds. This is where they do their thing. And your tongue is restricted to the world of tastes. And the tongue cannot, the world of sounds is not a chuyu for the tongue. Okay, so the word chuyu, I kind of like it. It implies there's different worlds. Your tongue can go into this world, but your ear cannot. And it's a kind of a cool word to me. Chuyu, say chuyu. Yeah, sphere of activity. Okay. So, chuyu ki dun kanya bide. When I say sungja, I mean the place where the power of the eye can do his thing. The sphere of his activity. That's what I mean. The world where he can go. Okay? Then ... up to the world where your skin's power to feel things can go. That's all. Then I went and got you the quotation. Okay? I don't think you should translate it because it's long and boring. And that's why he put ... Okay? But, here you go. And in doing this quotation, he covers all the divisions like red, white, yellow, blue. He discusses each of the chuyus, okay? And it's a long story. See, you can see. This story is 2 pages long, okay? I don't think you want to translate it.
Is it mind?
Yes.
It's in the mind-only category of the Tengyur. But it's called the collection of Abhidharma. So you can learn a lot about a book from where Bhutan Rinpoche put it. and you should learn that tool, okay? If he put an Abhidharma book in the mind-only section of the Tengyur instead of in the Abhidharma section of the Tengyur, it's probably a mind-only book, okay? And you learn something by studying, by cataloging, which we should do more than once a year, okay? I have my two main catalogers are pissed off at me, okay?
Does the organs, all of them also belong to the female?
Yeah, in fact, we had some quotation about that. He said, yeah, there's a famous quotation, if you're interested in your question, there's a famous quotation that all the organs depend on the body in the way that all negative emotions depend on misunderstanding reality. Very famous comparison. Yeah, your ear hangs on your body, and your anger hangs on your misunderstanding your husband in the kitchen.
David, 400 verses.
Yeah. It's a very interesting. It's the same thing that you just said. Yeah, it's very sexy, in my opinion. Okay, my idea of sexy is kind of weird, but his is worse. It's like vocabulary words. Okay. Okay, here you go.
Rector Church, Killer Jeff.
Ow!
Chen.
Oh, it feels like I got another operation.
Jun Hua Chen Wu Xi Han. Jun Shu He Rector. Dun Chu
Cheeky.
Cheeky.
Dakni.
Dakni.
Yeah. Two. Nice. Now this is kind of, it's kind of confusing and it's kind of fun. It'd be nice to give a lecture about it. I mean, there's a lot here, and it's confusing. Okay. So, yeah, it looks mysterious. Rekja means things you can touch, like this table. The smoothness is a rekja, okay? And there are 11 kinds. And they are divided into two. One is the source of the stuff, the energies of the universe inside the thing that makes it touchable. And those are the four elements, okay? Earth, Sachu Melung, earth, water, fire, and wind, okay? But I'll repeat that don't think in Buddhism it's some primitive idea or some, unsophisticated idea. Oh, they thought there was water in here, or they thought there was dirt in here, but now we know it's chemicals, and now we know it's atoms. It's not like that. The Buddha recognized with very subtle meditation that there are basic forces in the universe, like gravity and electricity and things like that. So they're very sophisticated. Like atomic particles have names like sheep particle, bull particle, cow particle. And it's not that they thought there were little cows or, they just didn't have words. It's like we call quark, and we give them funny names. Buddha also enjoyed giving mysterious forces funny names. That's all. So don't think they're stupid and they think there's water in here or something. So earth is, what do they call that? No, there's a better word.
Congeal.
Hold things.
There's a physics word.
Viscosity?
Integrity.
Density?
It's kind of like density. It's a force, okay? It's not they think there's little dirt particles in there. Then water is fluidity. Fluidity. It's not wetness. It's fluidity. And then wind is motion. Motility. And fire is compared to absolute zero. You see, it's degree of heat. Degree of heat relative to absolute zero. So it's very sophisticated. Okay. Anyway, when you discuss touchable things, you discuss them in two categories. One is touchable things at the level of the basic source energies, and those are 4. And then there's 7 what we call resulting touchable things. So there's 4 causal touchable things and 7 resulting touchable things, okay? The 4 are the basic energies of the universe, physical energies of the universe. And then when they manifest, they manifest as 7 different tactile things. Okay, guys, it's very sophisticated. Well, and it's gonna get weird. It gets weirder. Okay, and imagine sitting with this in 6 weeks into your Tibetan studies with an ancient geshe who doesn't speak English, and you're like, you know, and you're like flipping through DOS and trying to. These things you're getting for free were hard earned. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now that I've praised myself, here we go. Here's the 7, okay? But I'm sorry, did he give the 4? No, he didn't. Oh, let's translate this, by the way. Tactile objects have 11 different divisions, okay? Which is the Mahabhutas, the 4 great energies of the universe, great physical energies of the universe. And so in Tibetan, you have to learn Junggyur and Jungwa. Say Jungwa, Junggyur, Jungwa, Junggyur. Jungwa, basic physical energy, one of the 4. Junggyur, that which results from those physical energies, or that which flows out of those physical energies. Junggyur, okay? So it's an Abhidharma idiom to talk about Jungwas and Junggyurs. Jungwa 4, Junggyur 7. Results of the Jungwas, okay? And manifestations of the Jungwas, okay? So Jungwa, and when you talk about the Jungwa, which means very common verb, to happen, to occur. It happens everywhere. Tenjing Dewa Jungwa, dependent origination, it's the same Jungwa, okay? It's everywhere. So sometimes you see Jungwa, it's not a verb, it's a noun that means element. And then to make it easier for you, they put maha on it. To make it easier for you, so you understand it's a noun and not a verb, because the noun only happens 1% of the time. 99% of this word is a verb that just means it happened. So to help you out, sometimes they'll put the word chembo on it, but sometimes they won't. Okay? All right. So when you see Jungwa chembo, it's always the 4 forces of the universe, okay? Physical forces. Okay. Well, it does mean there will be a commentary that says they are pervasive in the universe. So they are great elements, yeah. But there's no little elements. Okay? It's just to help you. Okay, so Jungwa Chembo, those 4 great forces of the universe, and the tactile things which result from that, and Rekja here distributes. They are both considered touchables. Okay, they're both considered touchables. The 4, which are underlie, and then the 7, which are their manifestation, are both considered touchables. Okay, Dende, for a total of 11. Here, Dagni, which comes most often in Dagni Chembo. Mahatma, which means a great being. So this Dak is Atma, Dagni is Atma, and but in philosophy it means a combination of elements, a combination of different components. It's called a Dagni, a combination. So here read it as combination. Don't read it as self. Okay, meaning touchables are the whole group of touchables is a combination of these 4 guys and these 7 guys. Is a Dagni, is a group. Call it group, okay? All right. Now you're going to get the 7 and you're going to whine. Like, what the heck? It gets worse. I told you it got worse, didn't I? Okay, here we go.
You say that.
Jungyur.
Junggyur la dung yute.
Yeah.
Jang
Sup.
sup. Si yang.
Yep. Tekom.
Che gong ram wei rekja tang tung.
Yube chair. Yeah. Artificial debate format. Oh, yube chair. It's just, he just wants to sound like a debater. There are 7 products of the elements. Okay, sometimes you can translate it that way. There are 7 products of the elements. They are jam and soup. Some of them are pears and some of them are not.
Smooth and rough.
Soft and sandpapery. Yeah, rough. Soft and rough. Okay, jam soup. And soup often occurs with
Sick.
speech.
Speech, right?
Yeah, tsumo. To speak, you call people a fantong or idiot or something like that. Okay, so soup, in his text, you saw soup with, to say bad words to people.
So in my text, was that 11 products of the elements? Another.
I don't remember. Qi and yang.
Light, heavy and light.
Yeah, heavy and light. Okay.
It's a touch.
In terms of weight. Okay. Chiwa means heavy weight. It's often used to explain the word guru.
Oh, right, he's heavy.
He's heavy. And yang means yangbo. And by the way, mi yangbo means featherhead. Okay, like he never does anything serious. Mi yangbo. He's like a goofball. He cannot. He's never going to be a geshe. So mi yangbo. He's going to mi yangbo. Right? He can't maintain serious thinking. It's a mi yangbo means lightweight. He's a lightweight. Okay. Now, things get worse. Jay and kom.
Moisture?
Hunger and thirst are tactiles. Yeah, so go figure. Hunger, J means hunger, and kom means thirst. Take kom. What's a kamtok?
Oh, heavy soak. I mean, a big dinner. A big.
Come on. Lensok, kamtok.
Oh, a meeting which is dry without refreshments and then
Yeah.
moist with
Yeah, so
refreshments.
kam means dry, kom means to have dry mouth. Then it's very famous. Somebody says, we got a meeting at 2 o'clock with Sugang. And I'm like, is it a kamtok or is it a lensok? Is there refreshments or is there not refreshments? I'm sure it's a lensok.
It's dry and moist.
Yeah, anyway, here, hunger and thirst. And then changmo. Changmo.
It has a number.
No, changmo.
Cold.
Cold. Okay. Without heat. That's why it's not 8. Go figure. I don't know. There's an American idiom for you. Go figure means.
Well, is it called the absence of heat?
Go figure.
Is it flying?
I don't know. I'm just saying that's the 7. Did you have a question?
I just wanted to mention, I don't know how we want to standardize stuff like this across the mixed nuts text, but like in my text, there was mention of elements and then the products of those elements, and then we found 11 what we called the products of those elements, which was a different division.
A different list or something?
Yeah, it was the 5 objects of this. It was 5 objects of the sense consciousnesses, 5 sense powers, and non-communicative form.
Yeah, good luck.
Products of the elements. So I don't know if we want to call something else the products of the elements, especially not in Abhidharma text. Or I could change the name of that, but.
You guys work it out. Okay. That's something you guys can work on. Okay.
Should we be careful across text about translating different categories? We should probably think about it.
I think you should have a discussion about it and see if you want it to be the same. Maybe you don't want it to be the same.
Right.
It's up to you. Yeah. If it definitely refers to the same thing, it'd be nice to standardize it. Yeah. Okay. We can finish. This will finish all the objects of the senses. So one more sentence. It's a good place to stop. Yeah. Shosang. Shosang. Yeah, this is kind of inconvenient. Anyway, by the way, this chi, which means heavy, and yang, which means light, are those kind of words that when you combine them, it means weight. So what's distance in Tibetan? Long, short. And weight is heavy light. Okay, it's kind of convenient. Okay, so anyway, he says, you want to know what heavy and light means? Heavy means anything you could weigh, shell. Gyu meaning you could. Okay, anything you could weigh, such as an ounce of silver, which was important in Tibet because it was a dollar. It was the Tibetan dollar, called a shosang. Okay, and not to say it was exactly an ounce. It was. There's a long explanation of it, and I don't think it's worth it. So I would call it an ounce. What's significant about this in Adam's text?
Oh, shelter. Anything you can measure is an existing thing.
Yeah, shell comes constantly in his text as a shelja comes as a synonym for sheja, knowable thing. And so we get in his text yupa, shelja, sheja, yu, dunchik. Okay, these all have the same meaning. Existence is called yupa. That's easy. Sheja means knowable thing, perceivable thing. Yu means the object, okay, meaning everything. And then shelja, which is very difficult, and it means, we're translating it as object under consideration, object of consideration. But what it means is a mental weighing. And here you get here's the real verb.
Shell.
You shell, anything you can shell is what we call heavy. Okay, that's heavy. And then if it's not something you could weigh that way, well, that's young.
Light.
That's not that. Demepa. If it doesn't have that quality, we call it light. And the typical example in the scripture is the wind. It's young. You can't put it on a scale and weigh it, okay? Okay. And Mangwa joke means, you can think of many other examples. Okay, and then we're going to get into a debate about all this stuff. So we're done with the basic information about the basic part of the universe, and then we're going to have debates about it. And it's a good place to stop.
Gesha, can you, like you mentioned last time, that we're going to study the 16 aspects?
Yeah, I promise we'll do the 16 aspects of the Four Truths next term, and I'll find a good text. I think the one I used in Thailand was the best. I just can't remember what it was. No, I'll look it up in my notes to the Lamrim.
Well, and it'll be in his text, right? I mean, we just jump ahead and look in his text. We could translate that section in advance, and then our footnote refers to another book in the series.
Right.
Well, here it is. See, I will check with the first four, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 358 pages into 500. That's about 3/4 of the way through your text.
Right.
Okay. And here's the discussion of it.
We don't want to wait on this turkey.
Here it is.
No.
This is it, actually, right here. Okay. See all those dembas running around?
Sure do.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe I'll take it from there. If it's the best one.
At least
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good, because it's, leads people to other books in the series,
Yeah.
which is nice marketing. Sells more diamond.
You can't understand Stanley's text without Nick's text. You have to buy both.
Sashi.
Puki Tushin Metotam Rira Lingshin Yende Bali Sangye Shindu Mite Uwagi Jokunam Dashin Idam Guru Data Mandala Kamheyatayami Di Kewokun Sanam Yeshe Tsozoshi Sanam Yeshe Lechuwe Kabakuni Topasho Shmogity Dogity.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's up next? Nixky. Nixicity.